Today we're going to be looking at the sketching side of work, and I'm going to take you through various stages of doing sketching. Supposing you were out and about and you wanted to catch a scene. And we're going to use figures because we've got plenty of figures, because all of you can take a turn to achieve a pose or two. Most of the poses aren't going to last for very long. We're going to treat them all in different ways. So for the first few times, what I'll do is either Rachel or I will take a pose, and you have 30 seconds to get it down. And all I want is something thumbnail. I'm not even expecting postcard size. So if you've got a sheet of paper in front of you, you could probably get 20 or 30 pictures in that. So it's just what you're aiming for is to try and get a suggestion of the pose. So don't think edge, think mass, right? So if you've got something that makes a nice big thick mark, if you turn your pencil sideways and pull it down, you can probably get a thick mark. Or if you're using a thicker pen, you can get a thicker mark. Or if you're using watercolor paint, obviously the side of the brush will give you a nice thick mark. So if I was standing like this, I've got one leg out. This is solid. A dot for the head. What am I doing with my arms? So you've got 1, 2, dot, legs, finish. Right, you've got the idea. Right, and since Rachel is waiting for Anne and Peter for a little while to come in, I shall be doing the poses. Right, okay. Are you ready? Okay. So we'll start with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, change. 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 How are you getting on? Right. A few hints. Try to establish where the weight is. If I'm standing like this, the weight is on this foot, right? So my head, if I'm standing and not running, my head should be over the weight, where the weight is. If I try and do that, when actually fact I'm putting weight on that leg, even though this one is bent, right? You see? So the head will be over the leg that is taking the weight, right? Never mind what my arms are doing. So use that. And don't make a big thing of the head. Just put it in. The splodge will do for the head. Don't have to hurry about that. Okay, so if we have that, taking a photograph. Right, that's it. Right. Okay. Right, again. Right. How are you getting on, Rachel? Yes, okay. If you would. Rachel's going to do some poses for you now. Right, okay. Right, okay, I'll shout change. Right, how are you getting on? Are you ready? Begin. 1, 2. Change. Can you move over, Rachel? Thanks. Change. So, now I'm going to ask you to tackle this in a different way. Can you put the lights off, Rachel, please? Right, thank you. This will give you light and shade. Right, now this time I want you to put in only the shadows. So you're not drawing the shape, you are just putting in the shadows. Right, begin. Change. Same idea, just the shadows. Right, change. 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 And rest. Now, we're changing again how we're going to tackle it. This time I want you to do what's called blind drawing. That is, you draw without taking your eyes off the subject that you're drawing. So you don't look at your book at all. If you think you're going to be tempted, try and put something in the way. Put a piece of paper between you and the book so you're only so you can't see what your hand is doing. Right, now a tip here is to start at one particular place, because you're only going to go around the edge at the moment. You're going to start at one particular place. If you put your thumb or your finger where you've started, you've got at least an idea of where you're aiming to come back. And then take your eye slowly up the figure, or down the figure, depending on where you've been, and around the edge of the figure, and try to keep your pencil going at the same rate as your eye is going. You should end up with something reasonable. Okay. Pardon? Oh, yes. Yes. If you think you can put in the negative shape where the arm is at an angle on that side, that's fine. If you can get round to putting the hat in, that's even better. Okay, are we ready? Begin. Change. 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 Now to look at the figure, not at your work. And rest. Right. We're going to change again how we do this. And this time it's called 80-20. So you look at what it is you're trying to draw for 80 minutes, for 80% of the time. And for the 20% of the time, you actually do the drawing. So you look hard, do the drawing. Look hard, do the drawing. So take more time looking than you do drawing. So decide where you're going to begin. Look hard at the shape of what it is you're trying to do. Get that down, and then look hard at the next bit you're trying to do. You ready? You can, well, you're looking this time. You're looking hard this time. then looking down. Begin. Change. Begin. Change. Begin. Change. Change. And rest. Now, one other change. This time, I want you to look at the basic shape. So if you would take a pose, Rachel, a fairly simple pose. Oh, your meeting will end in 10 minutes. Okay, that's fine. Right, right. Oh, I can't see. There we are. Right, now if you look at Rachel now, like that, her skirt makes a sort of triangle trapezium, whichever you want to call it. Then there's the great curve of the shawl, which has sweeping bottom curve and then a sweeping top curve, and then you've got the straight line of her shoulders. So you've got that big curved shape with a straight line in it. Her head is an oval. So you've got an oval, a sort of swishy shape, and a triangle. And that's all you have to get down. And you've got 10 seconds to do it. Ready? Begin. Change. Not good enough, Rachel. Not enough shapes there. Yeah, not really. Not really. Just turn your faces, put your hands on your hips. Right, that'll do. That's a shape. Okay. Arms are cylinders. Head is an oval. The upper torso is a sort of triangle, and the other one is a reverse triangle. Okay, get the shapes down. 10 seconds now. Change. There's a nice set of shapes for you. Begin. Change. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Off you go. Change. Off you go. Change. Remember, you've only got 10 seconds for this. You're just looking at basic shapes. You're not looking at a person. Right, there we are. There's a set of shapes for you. Change. You're just looking for shapes, remember. You're not looking for the person. Change. Change. Now this time, I want you to write down the names of the shapes you can see. Like oval, triangle, trapezium, cylinder. Just write, no, don't draw, just write down the names of the shapes you can see in that arrangement. And again, change. You're getting tired, I think. All right, we're running out of time too. and rest. I think she deserves a round of applause for that. Right, that's it for this session.